You using it?
Have you started yet?
Now. What's up? All right. First of all, I'm loving your hair, man. It's just giving. What's
Thank
going on?
you.
Number two
I've
is
actually had it for a few months now. I'm about to switch it up.
yeah, I like it. I like it.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Hope all is well. Happy Sunday. This is Zoli's channel. Chicago. I'm founder of Chicago Flips Red, and I have one of my core members here today, Miss Nicole, and Nicole Patrice does our newsletter. So if you have any, if you guys want to contribute in any type of way, advertisement or sending in some articles, please reach out to Nicole at chicagoflips.red. Today we are going to discuss the AFL, or American Federation of Labor, which was founded in 1886 as a federation of craft unions focused on wages, hours, and working conditions. In 1955, it merged with the Congress of Industrial Organizations, forming what is known now as the AFL-CIO. Today, the AFL-CIO is the largest labor federation in the United States, representing millions of workers through affiliated unions. It is not a government agency, and it does not negotiate individual labor contracts. Its role is to coordinate labor policy, organizing efforts, and political advocacy on behalf of its members' unions. That distinction matters. While unions exist to represent workers in the workplace, labor federations like the AFL-CIO also engage in political and ideological activity for public sector workers. That raises important constitutional questions, particularly around consent, dues, and Janus rights. Tonight, or today, because that's afternoon, we are joined by Nicole Patrice, a Chicago Flips Red member and a union represented employee who is here to speak from her own experience. Nicole is currently awaiting a decision from the Illinois Labor Relations Board regarding Janus complaints she filed after attempting to rescind her union dues. Since May, she says the process has been confusing and delayed despite her clear objection for funding political and ideological activity she does not support. She's here to explain her position, why she believes Janus protections matter, and how these issues intersect with recent union activities related to immigration and ICE. This conversation is not about attacking workers or unions. It's about understanding where representation ends, where politics begin, and what rights individual workers retain under the Constitution. So I appreciate you, Nicole, for reaching out and talking about this, because you've been talking about this for a while. And yes, so Nicole, for viewers who may not be familiar with your situation, let's start at the beginning. Can you briefly explain your role as a union representative employee and why you decided to file Janus complaints? Am I saying it right, Janus?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Janus versus AFSCME was basically a decision that allows for not state workers, just any union members to opt out, because automatically opting in to union membership has become a violation of a lot of our First Amendment rights, because we're unable to dictate where our money goes. And so your money, your financial support, going to extreme causes, going to things that you're against, like, say you're strictly against abortion and they're taking your dues and they're funding, protests for abortion and things like that. They're now forcing you to stand on a position that you don't agree with, right? And so I'm actually in AFSCME, and that's the union that Janus sued, which is I think the largest state worker union in the country. And so so initially a lot of my issues came from my state employment, and just realizing over the years, more so after the Biden open border situation and how everything has kind of gone into crash out mode against Trump and immigration enforcement, like, because now suddenly you don't like it, even though you were fine with it under Obama. So all of that kind of has snowballed into, I mean, it was going on before then, but that definitely just was like the last straw. And now it's, it's been made very clear that, these people are all, they're not going to enforce the contract when it goes against the narrative, when it goes against the administration, when it goes against the state. We're all employees under JB Pritzker. So essentially, they're going to fall in line. And so you can't do both. You can't fight for my rights when my employer violates them, but then you're also walking hand in hand in like being insurrectionist against the federal government. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, it's like there's totally completing, ideas there. So, because, more than half the country voted for the man. So clearly you're violating half of, your workers'
Right.
rights. Because you're trying to fight Trump. Everything's fight Trump. So, we get a lot of like correspondences that will name him, and essentially it's starting to feel like, another arm of JB Pritzker's political aspirations, because he's pretty much buying every seat he wants and every position he wants to fill by, contributing to candidates like, Julia Stratton. Now he's got his little puppet in her that he's trying to essentially buy another Senate seat. And so, yeah, it's just been ongoing. So like, it got to a point where I realized, okay, you guys aren't representing me. We're having safety issues at work that you guys aren't fighting for. You're not getting back. You're not communicating. You're clearly talking behind my back to administration and siding with them before you come to me and then give me some half, cockamamie BS about, how you're I'm not in alignment with the contract, or, they haven't violated my rights, blah, 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 when it's very obvious they have. And so I'm like, give me my money back. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop taking my money. And so essentially they've made the process so, it's just, they can't even communicate to you how to rescind your membership. Like, I'm literally like, just put it in writing. Just tell me in English, black and white, how do I get out of this? Because you're supposed to give me that right. And no one to this day has given me a straightforward, this is how you get out. So I had to file a labor relations complaint behind that, and I'm still waiting on that.
And you're still waiting on that.
Yep.
So Janus rights comes from the U.S. Supreme Court, Janus versus AFSCME, and that's what you
AFSCME, yep.
And that asked me, and what is,
it's the American Federation of State and Federal and Municipal.
Okay, so that's
council employee something. I see in there. I forgot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of it's given what's that? Wheel of Fortune. American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees.
Mm-hmm.
And apply to public sector employees. So basically, like you said, no forced dues. Public employees cannot be required to pay union dues or agency fees as a condition of employment. Affirmative consent. A union may collect dues only if the worker clearly and voluntarily agrees. Opt-in. Political, ideological speech. Workers cannot be compelled to fund union, political, or ideological activity they do not support, and right to stop paying. Employees may rescind consent consent to dues, subject the specific terms of any valid authorization they sign. Yeah. Which Janus does not do. It does not end unions. It does not prevent unions from representing workers in collective bargaining, and it does not apply to private sector workers who are covered by different laws. All right. So when did you first I mean, it doesn't really matter because you can put in so many complaints to any of these boards, and we're waiting back. We're waiting to hear back from those at the public for public meetings board. That's what's his name, Kwame Raoul, under the Attorney General, about what they did. We're still waiting for them to respond. So when did you put in your complaint? When did you file your complaint with the Illinois Labor Relations Board?
So the official complaint was maybe last month, but the me trying to get out of the union has been since May.
In May, okay. From your perspective, what would a clear and transparent dues rescinding process look like?
I mean, it was clear, you know, when I was initially hired, you know, we didn't have, so Janus happened after that. So it was kind of like, you know, you're hired, sign this, you're in the union. There's no option, like, you know. And so now I'm assuming that they give them explicit, you know, opt in, and explain to them that, at least that's what they're supposed to do. Explain to them that, you know, you don't have to pay these dues. You don't have to be a union member. We still have to enforce the contract by law. But yeah, so the process needs to be as transparent as that. Like, you know, check something, fill something out, you know, send it back, mail it, email it. I mean, y'all, like, it is no reason it should be a back and forth. You know, talk to this person, email that person, call that person, send a letter to that person, and it's just it needs to be straightforward. So you know, it should be as simple as the way you opt in. I mean, I can go to, you know, Jewel or Best Buy or whoever and sign into a membership program with a phone number. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Right.
I don't see why it's complicated, you know.
Hold on, Mickey's here too.
Hello.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going?
it's going all right. It's going all right.
Good.
I just wanted to jump in real quick because I heard about Janus because I was trying to research, like, how do we take down CTU? What is it going to have to take? And Janus came up because Janus is the case that allows CTU teachers to opt out of being in the CTU.
Mhm.
And they have to mail in a letter within 1 month window per year. It's like in August or October or something, they have to physically mail in a letter in order to leave the CTU.
Mhm.
And that window was opened with this Janus case. And I just wanted to mention that because, like, yeah, like, just from me looking it up, I remember for the CTU, they have a very specific process to follow. It's not year round. You can't just opt out. You have to
Right.
fill out a physical form during a particular time window. And it's because of Janus that that's even allowed right now.
Mhm.
Right. And so they're still obfuscating the process because every union has a different process. And so ours supposedly is similar, but no one gave me a clear, like, this many days and how to do it officially. And like, it was just all very, you know, all over the place. And so you guys still haven't responded. So I'm just like, okay, so I did what I thought y'all told me to do, and now I'm still in here. Like, what's going on? But yeah, that Janus decision. Also, I think I sent you that article, Zoe. I didn't pull it up. Sorry, because I really
about the
how the unions
due
become
page.
more militant because of Janus.
And then it was you sent me something about the immigration response training for state of Illinois employees in Bury.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, that was crazy. I did not get to attend that. I don't even know, you know, if I wanted to do that. But like, I probably should have, but then I would, you know, by law, I'm supposed to use my time, you know, my personal time, not state time, to do that. And so I wonder how many of those people actually, you know, clocked off, you know, or, you know, use their own personal time, pay time off to attend this Zoom meeting or in person. What, you know, were the options to learn how to fight ICE.
Learn how to fight ICE, yes, because that's so important right now.
Right.
What is your thoughts on unions? Like, do you think that unions are necessary?
I think the moral structure that they try to represent is on paper, you know, admirable, but in practice, because, you know, power corrupts, is laughable at this point. And then, like I said, since Janus, and, you know, like that article was saying, they've become desperate because that money, you know, is not coming in the way that it was, because, you know, now people actually have the right to opt out at their beginning of their employment or at whatever point in their tenure. So it's creating, you know, they created a monster. I mean, you know, historically the mob was tied to unions, you know, and that has never gone away. Is that same idea of, you know, like, you're in this gang and you're going to do what the gang says.
Right.
And then also the gang can be rubbing elbows with our sworn enemies, you know, so to speak. And, you know, we can act like we all together, but then you know, somebody gonna take you out to the river.
Right. Just out here. Yeah. Gang.
Right, you know. You betrayed me, Fredo, or whatever. But yeah, so it's admirable on paper, but they've gotten far, and then, you know, so far away from what the true meaning is per our contracts. And then when you look at since Trump, you know, everybody's blinded by their hate for Trump. So
Yeah, I mean, it's an obsession at this point.
oh, definitely.
How was so somebody had asked me to ask you, is there other people that you know of that feels the same way, like they're in this and they're just working, like, are they scared to not talk about it because, I mean, it's a gang, it's a mob, it's bad out here? Do you, or, you know, 'cause, like, I know they say a lot of people in the state, I know a few people who are in this union, and they have also filed complaints, but nothing has happened. So I'm saying, do you know anybody else besides yourself that has filed complaints too, and they still haven't received anything back?
So generally, at least, you know, in my office, people are very indoctrinated and very you know, it's a lot of liberals, and then it's a lot of, you know, what we deal with in the Black community is like, you know, oh well, it's not their fault, or oh, it's like it's in black and white,
Yeah.
it's in the contract, like you're paying for this, you know. So it's like, you know, so I don't want to get in trouble, you know, I don't want to ruffle no feathers. Oh, you know, they ain't gonna change nothing anyway. So a lot of that is there. So it's not definitely, you know, to any scale that you could imagine most people would be, you know, upset and fight back. But there are a couple people who, you know, get very much vocal about things that are not lining up with what our rights are and what the union is supposed to be fighting for. And those people, like, especially, you know, that were working in my office, you know, left because they like, oh, this is crazy. Like, these people are just, they all in bed together and they don't care. So, you know, they've run a few people out of there just off of that. But generally, I think just a lot of people are very, you know, liberal and indoctrinated, at least in my circle of, you know, our local office and the people that I know that are with the state. But I imagine downstate, you know, there's probably a lot more, you know, Trump supporters and a lot more conservatives who probably are, you know, like, nah, like, I'm not feeling this, like, especially coming from official emails and, you know, stuff coming down from JB Pritzker. And it's like, you know, okay, how many times you got to blame Trump for something that, you know, honestly,
Yeah,
you still got to follow the federal law.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, everything is a obsession to the point that it's kind of sick.
Yeah.
You know, at first it was like sad, but then it's kind of sick because it's like, come on, like, no unions. No, like, when he was running for office, they said it's the first time in history that no unions backed the Democratic candidate. If that didn't tell you anything, that told me a lot. That told me that it's a lot of people who are in unions that have independent mindsets and know that this is some BS. So the people, like you say, majority of the country voted for him. So I don't understand why people are acting like they don't understand what's going on. You guys are making it harder than what it is. You know, I don't understand why you think that we're going to continue to support ICE support illegal immigration and not support ICE when I voted to get every illegal immigrant up out of here, union or no union.
Right.
So that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say I don't know. I'm pretty sure like CTU and a few of them backed Kamala. No.
Oh yeah. But they said like I think national, like
Oh,
I
the
think a
yeah.
federal. Like I don't think you guys backed. Well,
I don't know.
the
I
the
imagine.
AFL.
Okay, that yeah. I mean, of course, Kamala is a whole different thing. I think maybe if Biden would have stayed in the race, it might have been, you know, a little bit more support from them. But I mean, Kamala was like an obvious joke. So
Yeah, real joke.
but I mean, they're desperate. It's like I don't. It's a sickness for the people who are following that don't understand what the actual goals are, you know, as far as, you know, the power that they're trying to consolidate and really push for this socialism. For the people who aren't really savvy on that and they just all in their feelings and being, you know, suicidally empathetic, you know, that those people, they have the Trump derangement syndrome. But like Pritzker knows what he's doing, you know, Walls knows what he's doing. Mom Dami know what he's doing. Like, I'm not, you know, in their governing positions, but as far as trying to overthrow you know, and over step their boundaries with POTUS, Brandon Johnson writing executive orders that mean nothing, that you haven't even, you know, discussed with your law department or the Cook County State's attorney, but somehow the police that you won't give overtime to, you know, and hire more of, now they have time to like watch federal agents. Like they know what they're doing. It's all posturing and just trying to keep whipping up that confusion with the people that don't know no better.
What is the union like? What is a union supposed to do? Is it supposed to like take care of like if you have any legal issues with your job? Like what when you paying the dues, what do you expect your dues when you do you mind first of all, how about this? Do you mind paying your dues?
I would if it were more transparent. I would if you know, we actually advocated for, like, there should be no reason that we should be looking at mold and mice and safety issues and dirty offices and, you know, all this other stuff that's just kind of like common sense. Like, you shouldn't go to work and bring bed bugs home. Like, like right. If they were a little bit more on point with stuff like that, then yeah, I would. If I didn't have to keep explaining that, you know, civil rights violations don't matter if you're doing it for the migrants, then I wouldn't have a problem. You know what I mean? Like, y'all can't just turn your eye to the contract. Like, that's literally all you're supposed to be doing is enforcing that contract. If it's not in the contract, if you're not reading and interpreting it correctly because you have some bias or some animus towards someone, then, you know, no, I'm not paying for that because, you know, now you're operating outside the law. You're essentially a criminal in my eyes because you're doing, you know, you're doing injustices to the very people who are making you possible.
Now they say they have an active Council 31's actual dues paying membership appears to be around 55,000 to 60,000 members, and you just say you had rats and dirt and mold and all that.
Oh yeah, so yeah, and it's like, you know, you literally have to like bother them for them to be like, okay, fine, we'll address this. Like, you know, it's like I shouldn't have to fight you.
So the ideology when it comes to these ICE trainings, do you think they're appropriate? I mean, yeah, do you think they're appropriate?
Absolutely not, especially if you're going to frame it in a way that assumes that everyone agrees with you, because there's always that tone of, you know, of course we all agree that Trump is out of control and that ICE is racist and that this is a humanitarian you know, crisis against, you know, these poor people that are just being picked on because of the color of their skin, and it could be you, and, you know, all of that crap. And it's, you know, yeah, and then the framing of it like it's almost mandatory, and then having these meetings during work hours where now you're going to have people either use their personal time and take out time that they could be working or doing whatever else to do this, and or possibly not even take the time and then illegally be attending these meetings while they're supposed to be on state, you know, taxpayer time.
So
And then
clearly we need some
never
type
mind
of,
all this. I'm sorry, but never mind all this other things we should be trying to figure out for the state.
no, you're right. You're right. Do you think it's a distraction?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's like you know, you guys are, I feel like, especially the timing of AFL-CIO's email and this whole situation, because this is the first that I've seen our union, you know, say let's go fight ICE. Like, you know, CTU been doing it, everybody else been outside pretty much doing it. And the timing of it right after that whole Minnesota you know, the Quality Learning Center and
The Quality Learning Center is
yeah,
wild.
and you know, the Renee Good shooting.
Renee
and,
no good.
Yeah, and then so having all of that happen, and like I feel like those people are victims of their own stupidity. Like, I mean, like, so I can't like be mad at them and call them like they're terrible people, but they honestly have been brainwashed to a point that now you are a terrible person because you don't believe in law and order unless somebody agrees with you. And that's crazy. Like you're willing to endanger people because you're endangering the lives of those federal officers too when you do stuff like that. Like this, you know, you can't expect people to be able to box an officer in and do all these crazy things to draw attention, you know, blowing them whistles, getting everybody all hyper vigilant. Like y'all are putting yourselves in harm's way, putting the other people in harm. Damn, the immigrants too. Like, I mean, if something like
No, for real.
like you're escalating a situation that should be, obviously, if sanctuary cities were cooperating like they were before, we wouldn't even be in this mess. Y'all not turning these people over into jail. So it's like, you know, in your mind, you think you're doing the right thing, but you're endangering everybody's life, including your own. So yeah, it's, you know, all that to say, yeah. So after all that happened, everybody's now in their emotions, and clearly the timing to me, coincidentally, is right after, you know, Minnesota is very much looking like complicit in fraud and violating federal law and insurrection and harboring illegals and all this other stuff that should be walking somebody in cuffs. You know what I mean? So now y'all desperate, and so here y'all go now trying to make sure don't look at Illinois. So yeah, it's definitely a distraction. It's like, you know,
Definitely a distraction.
we don't
The
want no
midterms
audits
coming
over
up.
here, because once you start auditing, because, you know, just like Newsom just came out and admitted, oh, well, you know, they're taking away the healthcare for the illegal aliens. Wait, I thought that was a conspiracy theory.
Right, because she was lying.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like,
I mean, but people who work for the state have seen them give food. They get that. I mean, it's
yeah,
a lot.
yeah. I mean, it's like y'all can play crazy if y'all want to. Yeah. You see them in the stores buying all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, like with a link card and at the doctor's office, you know, filling up the schedules and stuff. And it's like, yeah, like everybody deserves to be healthy and fed, but at the same time, you're ignoring your citizens. You're taking advantage of their empathy, and you're really laundering money because you're not even helping these people to the degree that you pretending you helping them. And then on top of that, now you want to harbor child molesters and rapists and drunk drivers and woman beaters and murderers.
Right. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. So what? So clearly we need a union. They need some type of reform. So how do you think it could happen? Do you think that we protest? Do we protest the headquarters? Like, what do we got to do?
I mean, I think protesting definitely draws attention to the issue and makes people, you know, question, like, you know, if they're willing to. But there's so many people who are just turning a blind eye. Like you're seeing it with the Epstein files. Like y'all cried for the Epstein files this whole time. Y'all, you know, oh, you're the president's a pedo and all this other stuff. And then now that they're out, now nobody got nothing to say.
Because they people, they faves in there.
Yeah.
Their faves are in there. You seen Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton decided they're not going to go and testify. Nobody don't want to talk about it no more. No, y'all don't want it no more.
Right. And it's like, okay, so you don't really actually care about the stuff y'all claim y'all care about. So these people are delusional. So I don't think there's any reason or logic that will get through to them because they've decided to shut off the reasoning and logic part of their brain for, you know, gritty, weird radical left politicians.
Are you if you don't hear anything back, how long do they tell you would you receive something back?
Yeah, they probably didn't tell me a time frame.
No.
It's been, like I said, probably over. Has it been a month? Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks since the official, like, everything got turned in, and like,
Okay.
okay, we're reviewing everything. But I mean, that should be pretty straightforward. Like, you got to give me, like, it's a Supreme Court decision. Like, you got to get me out of this. Like, this is crazy. So, there were a few other parts of the complaint too, which I'm sure they're gonna try to weasel their way out of. But at the end of the day, I just want to be done with them because, yeah, like
You just want
I've been
out of it.
Yeah, I just want out because, like, shit, I'm coming up. If we got a grievance hearing and I have to cite the law and you're scrambling in a meeting like, oh wait, what happened? Like, what are we doing? You filed the paperwork. What do you mean what happened? I sent you a whole email with everything I had and all my points of like where this is a contract violation, and then you're still like playing like, oh, I don't know. Like, what are you here for? So yeah, like I just want out. Like, it's just like a bad relationship. When you're done with that man and you want a divorce, you just can't keep the house, keep everything. I just get me out of here. All I
want your money
name.
back? How long have you been paying dues for?
I mean, since I've been there, so almost 12 years.
So yeah, you want your money back?
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna retroactively give me anything. Probably, maybe to the point that I originally like start asking about the process. At the best, is what I'm expecting. But yeah, they're not. These people are. They have no conscience. They don't care. They just want your money.
So if you were able to get, because Pritzker is for this union, but if we get somebody else, another governor in there that's not for that union, what do you want so they can make sure that this doesn't happen again to other union members who are not for this political ideology that they got going on?
I mean, as far as a governor or any representative, I don't think they're. I mean, if it's the relationship is not necessarily opposed, because you should all, the state should want to help their workers because helping their workers should help their goals, right?
Right.
And then the union is supposed to work with the state, so everybody should have a working relationship. But I don't see where anyone's going to go, let's reform the unions so that we're, they are stronger in order to, when we do some shit we're not supposed to be doing, now they're gonna like come together and fight it. Like, no, you wouldn't do that. Like, you get what I'm saying? So like, I feel like I'm not expecting any governing official to like correct the unions. If anything, that's supposed to happen through like the courts and workers, exercising their rights. So it has to happen on the worker level, on the taxpayer level, on the constituent level. Like, it's not going to be an official, that would do it. But I think,
so like a lawsuit, like a class action lawsuit with other members who do not also agree with this ideology that they're pushing, but taking our dues.
Which was the Janus decision. I mean, honestly, the Janus decision did everything it was supposed to do, with the exception of, like Mickey chimed in, making it clear and cut like how workers are supposed to be opting out. And then maybe somewhere they need to clarify. And I think Trump's administration and his judges would be the ones that could do something about how, I mean, they're going to have to do something about it, because the unions are really, y'all biggest enemy right now. You're going to have to do something to stop the politicizing of the union, the politicizing of government employment.
I was going to ask, are you involved in a lawsuit at all to get you out of this?
No, I've contacted a couple law firms, even the one I think that did the Janus case, and they were like, this doesn't fall under, and I was like, okay, whatever.
It
It's like it doesn't
does.
fall under forced union membership. I'm like, how the hell is not? They won't get me out.
Yeah.
How about pro se?
Yeah, I could try, but I don't have time for that. I was like, so much other stuff.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, if you don't get what you want, it is a lawsuit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I've told even some teachers that I'm talking to that's dealing with this CTU, like they've got them, they feel like they're in a prison, and I'm like, y'all have to sue. I said, like,
Yeah.
I feel like even if you guys cannot get an attorney, which I'm not understanding these attorneys these days. Like
Well, there.
like you gotta be dead, or your head gotta be knocked off from an accident. You can't get
Yeah.
that. You have to be killed by the police. Like they don't anything like EOC or getting abused at state level jobs and stuff. They're like, oh no, I don't do that no more.
I feel like it's. I mean, honestly, of course, lawyers are not known as the most, you know, honest people. Let's just put it like that. And like, of course, they want money. They want to get paid. So, and then of course, knowing how corrupt it is here in Illinois and Chicago and Cook County, like they know what they don't want to waste their time fighting that crap. And they know, I feel like the good ones, they probably overwhelmed with the stuff that they are taking on
No,
if they
you're right.
can. Yeah, so it's a mess. It's gonna take we definitely need more lawyers though, more lawyers who are able to
especially in this city. Like if I wish this is where it makes me want to go and get my law degree, like when we go back to school, because I would take on every union member who is fighting against the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're easy. They're easy, and like you say, you got Janus that along right there. So I just think that maybe guiding some, maybe finding some attorneys. That's one of my goals for Chicago Fish Red, to find some attorneys that's willing to go against the system, because we're never going to beat the system until we have enough strong attorneys and judges that's willing to go against the corrupt system of government. You don't have to go against the system as far as what these retards, what these socialist communist people are trying to do, to overthrow the system, in a communist socialist way, but to overthrow the corruption in the system. We're not going to get it all out, but enough out, like for the obvious, like what you're going through. Like you should have no issue with them saying, you know what, you're absolutely right. You can opt out. Let us get you what you paid so far since we started the ice training or whatever, policies that didn't work out, and and that's that. But like you fighting this and not getting any help, is I feel like that's wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like the Janus decision, like I said, did exactly what it was supposed to do. But the only flaw now is that people are falling for the okie doke. They're afraid that you probably wouldn't even need the lawyers or anybody to chime in if all the members literally knew that they could just stop paying. Like you could just stop. Like they not doing nothing for you. You don't like the conditions. They not representing you. Stop paying them. And if we could all that's why they fighting, that's why they make the process so convoluted, because they know once you get a landslide of people, I think in that article I sent you, they said like if the union membership drops so drastically those few years after, and then it's kind of like stabilized again. But it's the propaganda, and it's the people not, realizing like you don't have to be a slave to them. Like they don't run you. Like,
Right.
like this is your money. You have the right to spend it how you want to spend it.
No,
And without that,
agree.
they have nothing. Like, I mean, imagine if all the CTU members who honestly thinks Stacey Davis has gone too far, if Jackson Potter has gone too far, all stop paying their damn dues. What now? What? They literally have no power.
That's all I'm trying to say.
When I was looking into this before, the one thing that I really wanted to do is basically have a campaign when we're leading up to that 1 month where they can
opt out.
I want to like be hitting the teachers have events for teachers and have like, hey, here's the form. Here, fill out the form, and then we'll do like everything for you. Just like give us your name type of thing, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe that's what we need to do, to take the initiative, because a lot of people, even when I talk to a lot of teachers, and that's why it's something I really do admire about you, Nicole, because you was like, man, enough is enough. Like, that's the mindset of me, Miss Jessica, Danielle, the rest of our core members. Like, ain't nobody doing this. You understand what I'm saying? So, when I talk to teachers, it's like they're so broken. It's like, I don't know what to do. And it's like, man, I'm
Take the
not
head.
paying it.
Yeah, take the head off the beast, like, because that's all they got. Like, you don't get the money from us, that you have nothing. And that's why they literally just out here antagonizing the community and trying to make people feel like they have a moral obligation. Your soul is damned to hell if you don't support us and fight Trump, because like literally that's Trump is the perfect villain for them. And if they keep the narrative going and the media keeps the narrative going, now they can keep getting money. That's all this is. Literally, it's like Trump bad. And if you believe Trump bad, lay your life down, lay your finances down, walk away from your dignity, your humanity, everything that makes sense to you to fight him with no evidence.
No evidence. Epstein list.
And then don't get started on the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. They like the state had to send an email out. Like basically every email is like, you know, oh, big beautiful bill bad, Trump bad. Oh, he's making everybody's life hard. All the poor people of Illinois, we're gonna fight for them. Oh my God, workers, we care about you. Oh, the common citizen, hardworking, we care about you. And then no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. The emails are like, well, the federal government said they're not going to take that from y'all. So here go the forms y'all can fill out for federal. But we still, basically, we're going to quietly not mention the allowed part, which is, but we still taking your money.
We're still taking your money.
Yeah, but we still want that.
Yeah. But Trump bad.
And it's the same with gas, too.
The same with gas.
Oh, yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was in Iowa Tuesday. Gas, I saw 269 and 189.
Yep.
I was like, now this is Iowa. Now this is the same state too that flipped red. He was blue, but they flipped red. It was a swing state, but flipped red 3 times for Trump. And there was a hair salon owner that spoke, and then a lady who owns a restaurant, and they both said the tax on tips, they were breaking down just how it has helped. They were able to hire more people, all these things, and you don't hear nothing about it.
Right. And then you get dumbass Juliana Stratton the
$25
saying, yeah, $25 minimum wage, I'm gonna fight for that. Oh yeah, that's a way to make sure there's one person on shift at every restaurant, you know, you're gonna kill the whole.
It's never gonna work.
Yeah.
Like, it's never gonna work. Like I'm looking like what do y'all want? Like when I see like people that are 30 and 40 years old working at Starbucks, talking about I demand such and such. If you don't go get a career, like that's supposed to be for kids, students, man. You understand, college students, stuff like you want to be a barista your whole life. Open up you a coffee shop. Open up your coffee shop. But if you think that Starbucks has to pay you $25 to $40 an hour, and if they don't, we're just gonna walk out. I guess I'll just close it. I guess I'll just shut this down and then go to where these people go to these red states where they don't mind. They don't need $30.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like you keep talking this living wage shit. Well, the living wage only works if you don't tax us to damn hell. And they never want to talk about cutting spending. It's always tax the rich, raise the cost of doing business. Like you're not connecting that to higher prices for the consumer, which now, so you can keep giving me more wages. But if the cost of everything I have to pay for keeps going up, then my wages don't matter. So you're driving inflation up. Like they don't get basic economics. And these are the people we keep voting for.
And then they have the youth jobs program.
Right.
Pay youths to sit around and not do anything.
On their phone, like they are in school.
Yeah.
Like we're going downhill. It's gonna take us to save us. And when I say us, it's going to take common sense folks, like honestly, and people who love this country, and people ain't going. Like just real talk, people that's not going and have a mind, have an independent mindset. Like people talk about something like, you voted for this person, you should feel ashamed. I can vote for whoever I want to vote for. That's
Right.
the problem. I can vote for whoever I want to vote for, but I'm voting for common sense. I'm voting for people who understands America first. He wants to bring everything back to America. How can we not say no to that? You know how many times I'm tired of buying stuff from China that say 2X, and when they come back, it be medium?
So
I need
silly.
them 2X American.
or just the shipping cost alone. like like what I mean, like why am I paying $40
$40.
for some $10 order to be shipped to me?
And then you were mad at
That's up.
him because he says, I want to bring everything back over here. We're going to bring everything back to the States. It's going to be real big. Ah, oh my God. He's ruining e-commerce. It's like, are y'all serious? Like, are y'all for real?
They
So,
not
yeah.
for real. They're very unserious. Like you can't be out here waving everybody else's flag, mad at the
Ooh.
people being sent back to their country, talking about how they deserve this and this, they deserve that. But at the end of the day, like they're coming here because America is first. They're coming here because America should be first. So why would you invite a bunch of people to a place you're not gonna take care of anymore?
Right. And then the people who are born and raised here, who are proud to be Americans, we get bashed. We get bashed because we're supposed to hate our country because the media tells us to.
And the immigrants too. Like I went to see Melania yesterday, and
how was that?
It was good.
I want to go see it next week, Saturday. We gonna go see it. It's good.
It moved kind of slow. If you're not a fashion person or you not really into, I don't want to say it's just about fashion, but it's through the lens of a first
But she
lady.
was a model, right?
Right, and it's through the lens of a first lady who really, I feel like, has a lot of attention to detail. She produced it, but I think the vibe is so much better than, like, light years ahead of that crap the Obamas produced. What was it? Leave the World Behind. Like, it's like such a contrast. Like, so you hate the whole planet.
Yeah. And so that if Trump gets in, that's how the planet is gonna be. No, y'all are trying to push that weird narrative.
Exactly. You could yeah. So it definitely was it's a feel good, I think, experience, and it definitely made you see Melania and Trump. I mean, he was in there. He wasn't in there as much as you would imagine based on how people kind of like to portray him. But it was her, like she produced it. It's her movie. It was about her. So she's controlling her narrative in a very smart way. And it definitely lets you see a side of her that I don't think you would ever get to see anywhere else.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to see it. I like documentaries, and she could dress. I've always said that she could dress. She could dress, and she's not a bad looking woman. So I mean, he got good taste. I see you, Trump.
The cinematography was really good, and definitely you'll love when you get to see Biden and Kamala flash on the screen because it was great.
So yeah, so okay, well that's good to hear because they, even though she made $8 million, the first day, which is good because of all what you hear in the press and how they talk about them, like, try to make it seem like nobody's interested in going to see them and stuff like that. And it's like, y'all gotta stop. Y'all really gotta stop because it's gonna get to the point that you're gonna bring a lot of people that's was Democrat or voted usually Democrat that's gonna vote conservative because y'all are so immature over there. Everything is you hate Trump, hate Trump, hate Trump, hate Melania, hate this person, hate that, hate white people. They got white people believing that they gotta hate white people. It's the craziest thing.
Right, exactly. Like they said, it's not even like people moved right. It's just that the left went so left that the center became right.
No, for real. All right, so I guess we better wrap it up. So what? Let me see. Trying to think. I got 3 good questions, so I'm trying to figure out which one I'll give to you. Well, I think this is a good one because a lot of people do watch and they always ask what do they think we should do and stuff like that. So as a core member, Nicole, and as someone that wasn't afraid to speak up, um, any person that is a union worker or a union worker that will watch this later on and they feel uncertain or intimidated, what is the first step that they should take when it comes to calling out their union or fighting against their union or leaving their union?
I think always find what's the policy, what's in black and white. So you got several layers to it. But like from the Constitution on down, like, the law of the land can't be stepped, and then on down. So everything needs to fall in line with that. And if it doesn't, then something's wrong. But a lot of people, like at my job, it's like, how do you know about what the contractor? How do you know this is a violation? It's like, it's literally all there on the website. Like, just pull it up. It's right there.
Right.
So yeah, get familiar with your labor relations links and websites. And anytime they send you a policy, there should be a link to the actual policy and then those policies quote the statutes, from the state level or whatever other level you on. So like everything there's a thread of legal, like, right. Know your contract, Margaret said. Yeah. There's a thread that you need to follow to know what's right and wrong. If it feels wrong, it probably is. Like, you know what I mean? So go find out where you have some standing, and then show these people, what it is and what they're not doing, and just make sure you document and everything as much as you can.
Right. And then write the Department of Justice every day because the feds is coming. It's RICO time. It is RICO time. Okay. I just want y'all to understand that.
It can't come soon enough.
It can't come soon enough.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Any last words? Any conclusions? Where people can find you at? You be out here, but you ain't out here.
Where am I? What's my Nicole Patrice? I think is still my handle on pretty much all social media. So that's pretty much where I be.
And she's funny, y'all. So please follow her because she is hilarious. I'll be cracking up. You said something the other day. I was cracking up about who was it? Who you responded to? Oh, Brandon. Brandon posted something and you put underneath. I forgot what you said, but I was cracking up.
Oh,
I
just be mad at him. Like, I feel like he one of them people you just got to roast like back. And since he's never graduated from 5th grade social studies teacher level, I feel like you got to crack on him like his students probably were in class every day.
Yeah, I don't understand why they chose him. He really is the reason why. He is the fall guy. He literally helped the Democratic Party fall in the city of Chicago. So, Dwayne said you're sexy too. So,
thank you, Dwayne.
So,
yeah.
So yeah, and again, she does our newsletter. So please do not be afraid to, if you guys want to speak about anything that has to do with conservative values, family values, politics, entertainment, if you want to talk about the hypocrisies, all of those things, please send an email to Nicole at chicagoflips.red, or you can DM myself and I'll make sure she gets that. It comes out once a month. And if you'd like to advertise with us, Chicago Flips Red, that would help us as well. We appreciate that. And I think that's it.
Oh, and I always forget to plug my I do crafts and
oh yeah, she does our mugs,
gift baskets, so t-shirts. So Nicole Lux Atlier, NicoleLuxeAtlier on Facebook, or you can just DM me on whatever platform.
Right. So yeah, support small businesses, support entrepreneurs, support real people. And you born and raised in Chicago.
Yes. Yep.
Born and raised in Chicago. So yeah, this is your city.
Oh,
Does
yes.
Nicole have link what card? A link card?
No, I don't.
Oh, what is that? I'll make sure. Send me your. Do you have a link for your stuff that you just said?
So it's on Facebook under Nicole Lux Atelier, or like I said, on my social media, Nicole.
Okay,
Nicole.
I'll get it and
Patrice.
post it once I read it. Okay, I got you, man.
Oh, I have it. My website is
Yeah, that's what they was looking for, your website.
CocoPatrice.com.
Coco Patrice.com. Oh no, a link for a channel. Oh yeah, she does have it. Do you go on your channel? You be doing?
I haven't been. I've been so busy. And
That's how I met Nicole. Nicole has a good channel. You gotta get back to that.
Yeah, I'm just tired of talking to people. I just like, if you don't see it by now, then you're doomed. You're waiting on Planet of the Apes level, type warping over here, because there's no saving you. You want the monkeys to rule you.
Well, we're gonna make sure you come on once a month, and then they can hear from you. But yeah, you should do something. Even if it's little, something like they need help. Yeah, I am going to City Hall this week. Yep. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's that piece, y'all. So I am going to get some people more information about Janus' rights and that court case. So I will post that so people can look that up. And also share it with your union members or people that you know that are in a union, because honestly, that Supreme Court case set the precedent. And a lot of people should follow that. And if more people would speak out about that, like Nicole, then they really would have to stop doing all the BS and find right leaderships that's over these unions, because all these union leaders are compromised, especially right now.
Yeah, I would hope that the only thing that could refine that would be like Mickey was saying, to get a universal process for all the unions. If they could have figured that out during that decision, that would have been great, because that's the only thing that's saving them, is that they get to obfuscate the process. So if they were able to just make a universal, like, fill this out and you're done with them, that would be the death of them, and that's the only thing honestly that's saving them.
Like they try to do with subscriptions. They lock you in on the demos, and then you can't cancel the subscriptions, okay? Same scam.
Exactly, the same scam, yep.
Same scam. The scammers gonna scam.
It's like, I need to be able to call my bank and dispute the charges.
No, for real, no. But do they take the union dues out of your check?
Oh yeah, automatically out of your check, yep.
Ooh, all right. Okay, y'all. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all this week, because I'll be protesting tomorrow at the same time in front of CTU until the feds come. And then Tuesday, I will be at City Hall. All hands on deck. Love you, Nicole.
Love you too. Be safe.
All right. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mickey.